Okay, guys, I'm here to give my SummerSlam 2015 predictions. I can honestly say that for once, I'm interested in SummerSlam, which is a rarity because I don't get interested in a lot of WWE pay-per-views unless it's the Royal Rumble or WrestleMania. So there are 10 matches on a 4-hour card. That's reasonable for a 4-hour show, if you want my opinion, to have 10 matches. But if you add the hour-long free show, it's technically a 5-hour show. Unless they're not going to have a free show, but I imagine they will, because they have to have something on the WWE Network before the show. So I'm going to give you my predictions of what I think will happen in all 10 matches. I'm not going to go in any particular order, so let's start with what should be, if WWE is smart, the main event of this show. Undertaker versus Brock Lesnar. This is a very hard match to predict for me because I don't think it does Taker any good to win. I don't think it does Lesnar any good to win. In fact, I think I think it's a lose-lose situation in a lot of ways. But if I have to make a pick, I'm going to go with the fact that I have Taker win and beat Brock. Because I'm amazed they've not mentioned this yet. But technically, The Undertaker has never defeated Brock Lesnar in a televised match ever. And think about this. Taker and Lesnar go back to 2002 having matches. There's Unforgiven of 2002, which ended in a no contest, so Taker didn't win, nor did Brock. Okay? There was no Mercy of 2002, where Brock beat Taker inside Hell in a Cell. There was the Biker Chain match they've had at No Mercy 2003. And there was a match last year's WrestleMania. So Lesnar's 3-0-1 against Taker, so Taker's never beat Brock, to my knowledge, on a televised show. So I'm going to go with Taker winning here. So then let's talk about the title versus title winner-take-all match that, quite frankly, to me, doesn't have a feel of needing to be a title versus title match. Because when you do this, when you're going to take the mid-card champion and put against the world champ, there has to be a certain dynamic. Hogan and Warrior WrestleMania 6, that dynamic works because of the fact Warrior and Hogan were the two top stars in the WWE at that time, and Warrior was starting to surpass Hogan. So they put this on the line here. They made this title versus title match. This match with Cena and Rollins is another lose-lose situation if you're in the WWE. Because on one hand, if you give the championship to John Cena, some of the audience may revolt and may get upset, especially a New York crowd. Given if Cena wins that, the New York crowd's going to bury that. The New York crowd's going to go nuts if John Cena wins, and I don't mean nuts in a positive way. They will go crazy if Cena wins this. But Rollins needs to drop the championship. So what I think is going to happen is either A, this match goes to some kind of a weird non-finish, and then or I think someone will win and then Sheamus will cash in. Which, yeah, would probably be stupid too, but I think the WWE might want to go the direction of both guys keeping their championship. But I'm going to pick John Cena winning and no cash-in happening, because I really think it's going to happen. Yeah. So that brings me to Randy Orton versus Sheamus. Oh boy, do we have to see this again? Listen, WWE, I don't care about Randy Orton Sheamus. You can't make me care about Randy Orton Sheamus, because I've seen Randy Orton Sheamus enough, and they don't add anything to their matches that make me at all interested. We saw this last month, and I'm going to predict you have the exact same outcome this month with Randy Orton winning. Unless you have Sheamus win, but honestly, I don't see that happening, because Sheamus will get the typical Money in the Bank winner treatment. Jobbed out any chance you can, with an occasional win thrown in. So, yeah, I think Randy Orton's going to beat Sheamus again, making this entire thing pointless. So now let's talk about the family versus family tag match. Dean Ambrose and Roman Reigns versus Bray Wyatt and Luke Harper. I see Wyatt and Harper winning because I think the WWE will turn either Reigns or Ambrose heel, and I think one of them will turn on the other. And if they're going to do that, if they're going to bother doing that, then the person who turns heel has got to be Roman Reigns. I think it's far more beneficial. Turning Ambrose heel would kind of be stupid right now. Reigns is the one who could benefit from it more, but my gut instinct tells me they'll have Ambrose turn on Reigns, even though Reigns could benefit from the heel turn more. So then that brings me to Kevin Owens versus Cesaro. You know, if this would have been a U.S. title match like it should be, I would probably say I could care more, but the problem is Kevin Owens should be winning the U.S. title here. That's what Kevin Owens should be doing. You know, I've been maintaining that Kevin Owens wins the U.S. title at SummerSlam. But he's not even in a U.S. title picture at SummerSlam. He's in what is essentially a throwaway match to get these two guys on the pay-per-view with him and Cesaro. Which, while I think it'll be a good match, I'm going to predict Kevin Owens winning because he could use a win over something. He could use a win over somebody right now. You know, so I'm going to predict Kevin Owens wins. And he's probably going to win in a traditional heel way, too. Unless he's the NXT champion going into the show, which could happen at NXT TakeOver tomorrow night, but that's for an entirely different thing. So, I'm going to go Kevin Owens beating Cesaro. Now, the tag title Fatal 4-Way. The Primetime Players, the Lucha Dragons, the Los Matadors, and the New Day. If it's not the PTP, then New Day will regain the tag titles. I don't see it going to Lucha Dragons, although I think it probably should, because I think they're over enough to warrant experimenting with them as the tag team champs. Now let's be honest, Los Matadores are not going to win the tag team titles. So, that's just the way it is. The only two teams that have any shot at winning this, and three if you count the Lucha Dragons, are the PTP or the New Day. So, one of those two, and I'm going to predict New Day. So, the 3-team 9-diva elimination tag match. Team Bella versus Team PCB versus Team Bad. I'll say this much. Team Bella winning would be utterly stupid because you should use this match. You should use this particular match as a way to set up who Nikki Bella's going to be dropping the Divas Championship to, and it should be either Charlotte, Becky, or Sasha Banks. It should be one of the three girls you just brought up. Which is the whole point of Divas Revolution, is just to let Nikki surpass AJ Lee, by the way. I know that. Yes, it's increased some quality of Diva matches, but it's really just been a plot device so Nikki Bella can get past AJ Lee for the longest reigning Divas champion. So, I'm going to say PCB wins, and I'm going to say that Charlotte makes Nikki Bella tap out sometime in the match, which will obviously set up Nikki versus Charlotte for the Divas Championship, which I think right now would be best at a Night of Champions. I mean, you could do Nikki and Sasha, with Sasha being the NXT champion, but then, again, you come into a situation where you have the inferior person possibly beating, in the eyes of the fans, beating the, main champion, because any NXT champion would be looked inferior to most of the main roster people who only watch the main roster, maybe don't deal with NXT. So, yeah, I'm going to predict the Team PCB win, and Nikki taps out, and Charlotte makes Nikki tap out. So, yeah. So then we get the triple threat match for the WWE Intercontinental Championship. A match I don't care about. I don't care about the Intercontinental title. Ryback, Big Show, Miz. I have a feeling Miz will win. I really do. I have a feeling they will give Miz the United States Championship. I don't know why. I just think they'll give Miz the U.S. Championship. So, the most obvious prediction I can give is the match with Stephen Amell and Neville versus Stardust and King Barrett, because there is no way a celebrity is ever jobbing in the WWE in a match. Okay? There is no way if you have a celebrity involvement in your match that the celebrity will ever lose. This goes back years in the WWE. If a celebrity has a match, the celebrity wins. So, Stephen Amell and Neville, the Yellow Arrows, as I'm calling them, since you have a red and a green arrow, and red and green make yellow, I believe. I think they're going to defeat Stardust and King Barrett. In fact, I know they're going to defeat it. It's the only one I'm confident in my prediction for. So, yeah. Those are my predictions for SummerSlam. If I forgot a match, well, I forgot a match. But those are my predictions for SummerSlam. I've been very good at predicting the majority of WWE pay-per-views this year, and that's not to brag on me. It's because WWE can be very predictable at times. I remember, you know, so yeah. So we'll see we'll see how good I do. Maybe the WWE surprise me and I get all of these wrong. So we'll see. We'll see on Sunday for a 4-hour SummerSlam that still feels like a 4-hour Raw. Because the only match I argued has a WrestleMania feel to it is Lesnar and Taker, and in some ways Stephen Amell and Neville, as it goes back to the classic WrestleMania thing of more celebrity involvement probably could make for a better show. So, if you like the video, like button is down there, subscribe button is down there. Thank you for watching. Bye.